Hey team, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to look at the statistical function mode. I'm going to show you all the rules about it, and then we're going to write a SQL function that will execute it. The goal of the mode function is to find a value that appears most often. Sometimes multiple values have the same frequency, so the mode would be both values. Before we review the source code to the mode function, let us look at the rules on how mode really works. So I have a table called test mode, and here I'm just going to insert one bit of data. Everybody has a frequency of 1. Notice 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. That's it. And now, if I do a test mode, notice I get nothing because they all share the same frequency, 1. Now, if I come in here and I execute 1 again, let's see what the data looks like. Notice that 1 appears twice. Well, that is what mode is. What number appears the most times? And we can see that it is 1. Let us execute our find function. And notice that we returned 1. Now, if I come in and execute 2, let's look at the data. Notice that 1 has 2, 2 has 2, but 3 has 1. This is still good data because there is a difference. Both of these have 2 and this one has 1. Let's see what the mode is. And the mode is 1 and 2. Very easy to see. Now, of course, if I put a second entry for 3, and I do that, we're back to, starting all over again. So I think you understand the business rule of what mode is, and it's quite easy to even program. Let us now dive into the source code. Let us begin reviewing the source code to the mode function. On line 1, we are creating a table-valued function to return the mode values from the data set we will be querying. The name of this function is called findMode v2. v1 was used earlier on that sample data. This function returns a table object called @result. This is a memory variable, so when this function is complete, all the memory assigned to this variable is gone, given back to the OS. Notice the return table object has 2 columns, a mode field and a frequency field. So the function begins on line 10, and we declare a variable called distinct frequencies. We will use this variable later, and it begins on line 23. Next is a working table. Notice it looks just like the results table above. On line 18, we will insert into that working table from the table sales order header. Notice this select statement gets the freight column and the count star, and I'm going to alias that as frequency. For each freight, I want to count the number of times that appears. And notice we're doing a group by. Let us actually look at the results of this query. Notice it returns me freight and the frequency. Frequency is the number of times this freight cost appears. Here we can see these appear 1 time, 4, 5, 25, 26, and so forth. Now you see what is in the working table. We then go through that working table and we count the number of distinct frequencies. This is very important because on line 26, if the distinct frequencies is greater than 1, then we have a mode value. And we're going to insert that into the result table as defined up here. And look what we did on line 31, where frequency equals the max frequency in that working table. Let's take a look at that working table one more time. Notice I will go through this entire list and I will go find the largest number in here, the max. Now imagine this is my complete data, these 24 rows. The max number would be this line 21. Notice the frequency for this value is 57. So I'm going to be looking for the max value of that frequency there. And that will be assigned to frequency. So select mode frequency from that working table where that equals 57. Isn't that cool? And then that returns to result. And then I do the return. And then that returns this data table to the user. Now let's go look at to see how you call this function from the Enterprise Manager. Notice it's pretty easy. I just say select star from, what was the name of my function? Find mode v2. And then I'm going to order by the mode description. Notice we'll execute this and it returns me 89.4568. The frequency is 1551. You know what this means. This number appeared 1,551 times. And there you have it, team, the mode function in SQL.